big home investigation hour, revealing the biggest scams on the market, preying on your health and draining your wallet. We're going room by room, uncovering dangerous mold, hidden toxins, and creepy crawlers, all to keep your family safe. Plus, is your water filter and vacuum doing what they should be, or are they keeping you sick? Today, it's the DrOz Healthy Home Investigation. We have the leading home experts all under one roof, from the DIY Network to Good Housekeeping Magazine and the top experts in the business. Let's get our health home investigation started. Give them an applause. These are the big hitters. First up, the undercover investigation you're going to be talking about. Is home mold removal really a scam? The toxic mold's a real health problem. But what happens when fraudsters are tricking people into spending big money to remove mold that isn't even there? We set up hidden cameras to catch these people in the act to help you prevent this from happening to you.
Hi, how you doing?
When we heard about the latest scam preying on your health and money, we knew we had to investigate.
Do you think that could be black mold? It's black.
We asked consumer investigative reporter Lisa Lee Freeman and contractor Mike Holmes, who's got 30 years of experience under his belt and his own home TV shows, to help us catch con artists red-handed. First, we rigged the house with hidden cameras, and then we rigged Lisa. She posed as our homeowner while Mike Holmes watched on as these so-called inspectors toured the house. What the inspectors don't know is that this home is mold-free. We know that because we had it tested by this guy, Matt Waleski, a legitimate environmental consultant.
In my opinion, this house has no mold.
And we have Matt's report to prove it. So back to our setup. Online, we easily found people posing as mold inspectors and booked a bunch of appointments.
Could you come over about 3:30?
Next, we did something to our mold-free home to make it look like there was mold. We applied black eyeshadow to surfaces.
If any inspector falls for this to be mold and tries to tell someone that it is, they're not an inspector.
Thank you so much for coming.
Within minutes, Inspector number 1 said the eyeshadow in the bathroom was, in fact, mold.
Is that mold? Do you think that's black mold?
It's mold.
Just like that, he thinks it's mold. That is not good. Is this a scam? Maybe.
Red flag number 1. A mold inspector has no testing equipment. In fact, none of our inspectors had any.
Do you have any tools or anything to check the air quality?
If that's what you want to do, you can have that tested.
Right, but that's not you.
No, I don't do that personally. No.
Okay.
And it's really not needed.
Really not needed. Let me tell you something, you do need tools. It's not a lot of tools, but an air test is required and at least a swab to bring it in to be tested.
On to red flag number 2. None of our inspectors were certified.
Are you licensed in like mold inspection or anything like that, or
We're not licensed in it, but we
But
go
you
in.
know how to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have a mold license. I don't know if they even exist.
Oh, okay. So you have no licensing or anything like that for that. Okay.
Two guys, do you have a license? No, I don't have a license. I don't even know if you need it. As a matter of fact, you actually do. You hire an electrician and he doesn't have a license, you're gonna let him do the electrical? I don't think so.
Finally, red flag number 3. An inspector tells you to clean mold with bleach.
Could that be black mold? Because I'm worried about my health.
Bleach down there.
Oh, you could just clean it with bleach?
You don't use bleach to clean mold, and that is just a no-no. Here's someone that definitely does not know what he's talking about.
And what happens next will shock you. Lisa and Mike are here now. I am shocked by these scammers. I'm stunned. What surprised you the most, Lisa, when you're talking to these so-called inspectors?
Well, mold is big business, and it's outrageous that so many guys are out there holding themselves out as experts, but they have no training or credentials. In fact, many of them, when we got on the phone, already were starting to talk about how they were going to fix it without even having seen it. They came over to the house, and they gave us sketchy inspections without any tools. Some of them said they saw mold when we know it was just makeup. And, that could lead to bad decision-making when you have bad input, and that's scary.
Part of the reason I wanted to do this show is I live this. And we are very vulnerable when our families are at risk. So we had mold. Actually, in my case, I could see the mold. There was water around the windows. We had guys come in who were professionals. I learned a fair amount about this. And I realized I would have done whatever they told me to do. So Mike, you actually are an expert in this, and you heard blatant lies about a house where there was no mold and we proved it. How do these folks get away with this?
Well, this is really simple. Unfortunately, everyone is afraid when they hear about mold. You just said it too. You were afraid in your own home. What do you know about it? There's too many contractors out there that are just going to jump in opportunity and charge you money you shouldn't be paying.
So our next mold inspector shocked us all when he said this.
Hi, nice to meet you. Come on in.
Our final so-called mold inspector raised all the red flags. Red flag number one, he had no testing equipment.
How would you determine if there was
sometimes
mold
you see
here?
mold all over the wall, and yeah, you
Okay.
can tell by looking at it.
Red flag number two, he had no license in mold removal.
Are you licensed in mold stuff?
We're licensed in home improvement.
Okay.
We're not licensed in mold where we remove mold.
Red flag number three, he suggested cleaning mold with bleach.
How would you clean this? Would you use bleach or?
You know, bleach it.
Oh, okay.
Do what it takes to remove it.
And then he said something utterly outrageous.
I don't know if you realize your homeowner's insurance will pay. If you have mold,
Okay.
they'll pay to remove it.
Okay.
Minus your deductible, of course.
Okay, of course.
Minus your deductible, of course. First of all, does the homeowner even have mold insurance? Most people, and I mean most people, don't. How does he know that?
We proceeded to the basement.
I definitely would say it smells down here too. It's at least 100 grand, probably more than that.
100 grand to do the basement, to remove the mold, got it, and put it all back together, and there's no evidence that there is any mold, period.
$100,000. I mean, that is a lot of money. And like you say, the insurance issue, which you refuted, isn't the worst of it.
No, not really. I mean, think about it. There's no insurance companies out there that will actually insure you for mold unless you pay through the teeth, and you can get it. But to see that contractor come in and just say, it'll be 100 grand to pull your basement apart, and don't worry about it. We'll get your insurance company to pay for it. You'll just have to pay the deductible. The truth is, you're on the hook. That means if this contractor comes in and guts the basement, and you sign that 100,000 supposedly the insurance is going to pay, you're on the hook. No way is the insurance going to pay. And if you don't pay, they got 45 days to lien your house. That's a bad sign.
Yeah. Losing your house because someone scammed you. I mean, it's big time. So what was the basis of the quote, Lisa? You were watching them the whole time. How did he come up with $100,000? What did he examine? What did he do?
It's scary. He didn't even look at the walls. He just threw out this giant number, which is a scare tactic. It makes you feel like you have to act fast. And a lot of the times when you act fast, you make stupid decisions. And as a consumer expert and as a homeowner, it made me very angry.
Because mold is a big issue in America. I don't want folks watching and getting scared off from actually looking at their house. It's a major health concern. So if you're going to get past toxic mold, we got to get some action steps. I want everyone to look for the good guys because they're out there. So let's go through 3 questions that I want you to ask everybody. And Mike's going to take us through these. If you're going to hire a mold inspector, you're going to use these 3 questions to guide your judgment. Question number 1, and this is an important one. Are you certified?
You want to make sure that the contractor is certified, and don't forget, let me see it. You want to take a look at it to verify it for yourself.
Question number 2, how long had they been certified?
Most importantly, you want to get to know, were they certified yesterday because of some big event or just recently, or have they been doing this for a long enough time to work on your home?
Yeah, and with this certification, there's 2 different ones, right?
Yes, there'll be one for inspection and one for cleaning.
All right, separate ones.
Totally separate.
All right. And they have to be able to present you with documents that prove that.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, and then finally, and this is a big one, do they clean and they inspect? Because on the surface, as a homeowner, I'd say, well, that's a twofer. You can tell me it's a problem and you can fix the problem.
This is something you want to ask. Do you do both? Because if you don't do both, in most places, and you got to look at it throughout the United States, you're not even allowed to do both. You can only be certified to inspect or certified to clean. That's an abatement company. So this is something you need to check, and you want to see both. Are you licensed or certified to inspect it? Are you licensed or certified to clean it?
Right.
But
It's
see,
best to keep them separate because there's an inherent conflict of interest there if they're both inspecting and cleaning up
Agreed.
the situation.
So I hope today opens your eyes to the dangers of those preying on your vulnerability and help you protect your family and yourself from these false claims and blatant lies with something as scary as mold.